Dear students, I welcome you for the lecture series related to the process equipment design or chemical equipment design. Today we are going to understand the gaskets. Now basically the gaskets are in between the two flanges. In this pipe we can see the gaskets, we can see the pipe, and attached to that the flange is there, and in between the flanges the gasket that is available. Now this is what, when you separate out the two flanges, you can see the different nut bolts as well as the gasket in between the two flanges. This is what a gasket is. Now this is the closed flange. Here you can see the gasket. In this case it's a copper gasket. Metal gaskets are also used. Now in this topic we are going to understand what are gaskets, why gaskets are used, where gaskets are used, which materials are used for gaskets, then types of gaskets, gasket selection and its applications. Now first, what is a gasket? Basically, the gasket allows less than perfect metal surfaces or machine parts where they can fill the irregularities. That means any two metal parts when come in contact with each other, even though they are at a perfectly finished conditions, they cannot be at 100% leak proof. So in between these two perfect conditions, two perfectly meeting surfaces, I am putting a third material, for example in this case a cloth, and I am trying to compress it so that it is going to fill the irregularities between the two surfaces. That is what a basic purpose of a gasket, to fill the irregularities between two metal surfaces and thus prevent the leakage. So a gasket is a mechanical seal which fills the space between two or more meeting surfaces, generally to prevent the leakage from or into the object under compression. Then it is usually desirable that the gasket can be made from a material that is to some degree yielding, such that is able to deform and tightly fill the space for which it is designed. That is very, very important. It should be able to deform and tightly fill the spaces or tightly fill the irregularities over the surfaces. Means these two flange surfaces are there, so whatever the irregular surfaces are observed, and these are to be filled completely, then and only then the sealing will take place. So this is the another figure representing the gasket in between the two flanges. This is the cut section of a flange. Now why gaskets are used, that is what we have talked. Basic purpose is a leak proof joint, that is what is required. A leak proof joint, that is the most concern related to the gaskets, use of the gasket. In all equipments, flanges are necessary, some or the other flanges, or in pipes. All our chemical equipments, they are connected with the pipes. So in between the pipes, in between the equipments, the head that is connected to a shell, there you can use the flanges. So there are so many uses of the flanges, and to provide a leak-proof joint, we are putting the gasket in between the flanges. Even though the flange face is carefully machined, there can be the surface irregularities on the flange face which cannot be observed with the naked eyes. In such face, if such faces are tightened without gasket, there is always the possibility of cracking of the faces. That means if I am trying to compress it and compress these two metal surfaces, there is a possibility that my surfaces, my flanges may get cracked because of the excess bolt load. Because of the excess bolt load, these flanges may get cracked. The purpose of the gasket is to provide the seal and thereby avoid the leakage of process fluid from the equipment and from the pipes. When the gasket is placed on the flange face and the joint tightened by the bolts, the gasket gets compressed and then permanently deforms. That is what is happening to a gasket. Any type of a gasket, it is compressed first. When you tighten the bolts, then it gets compressed, then it gets permanently deformed, and then it tries to fill the surface irregularities on the metal surface between two flanges, between two mating surfaces. Whatever the irregularities are there, they are completely sealed by the deforming gasket, deforming material. So any metal surface looks like perfectly mating, however no gaps or pores exist. That is not the case. So to prevent a leakage from these pores or gaps, a second flexible deformable material which is used, and it gets permanently deformed, and this prevent the leakage. Then what are the different materials used for a gasket? The gaskets are prepared from flat materials or sheets. The sheets can be made of a simple paper, cloth, rubber, asbestos, cork, plastic. Generally PTFE, that is your polytetrafluoroethylene, is commonly used. Then rubbers, neoprene, then the silicone that is also used. Besides that, the soft metals are also used like copper, aluminum, nickel, lead, soft iron. These are your soft metals. They can also be used as the gaskets. These soft metals are used as gaskets at a higher temperature. Not only the soft metals, even your fiberglass also is used as a gasketing material in combination with the asbestos or rubber. Then what must be the properties of this gasket material? Basic property is what? First thing is that it should get compressed. That is the basic property. A gasket is a compressible material or a combination of a material. It can be a single material or it can be the combination of the materials. Can be a metal, can be the asbestos, can be the plastic, can be the paper, can be the cloth. So it can be the material or combination of the materials, which when clamped together in between two stationary members prevents the passage of the media across these two members. across these two flanges. It is usually desirable that it should get deformed and tightly fill the spaces. It should get deformed. It should spread, deform, spread, flow, and fill that spaces between two mating surfaces. So first it should be compressed, then it should get deformed, then it should flow and occupy the surface irregularities in between the two mating surfaces. And it should be able to withstand the pressure or load also. So most desirable properties of an effective gasket in industrial application for compressed fiber gasket material is the ability to withstand high compressive load. That should be also there. It should be compressible. However, it should be able to withstand this compressive load, because when you tighten, when you bolt, that material itself should not get damaged. That is what it should have, a compressible bearing strength also. Then how does it work? A seal is effected by the action of force upon the gasket surface. This force, which compresses the gasket, causes it to flow. That means this compressed gasket causes it to flow into the flange, micro as well as the macro imperfections, micro and macro gaps, what is available in between these two flanges. There, this compressed gasket material that flows and prevents the leakages. The combination of contact stress generated by the applied force between the gasket and flange and the disinfection of the gasket material prevents the escape of the confined fluid from the assembly. Now this is what the gasket you can see. This is one of the gaskets. Then this is the another gasket. This is the most simple form of the gasket. Generally it is made from the sheets. The simple sheets are used and then these sheets are cut to give the desired shape. So these are the another type of the gaskets. Now when you think of selection of a gasket, the gaskets can be classified into the soft cut, semi-metallic, metallic type, and out of this, the physical properties of the gaskets, they are very important for the selection. The physical properties. Now when you think the physical properties, that is the temperature, pressure, corrosive nature and the criticality of the application. That means the temperature of a media, means at what temperature this gasket material that will be exposed, at what pressure this gasket material will be exposed. That means depending on the process fluid temperature, pressure and corrosive nature of the process fluid, depending on the temperature, pressure, corrosive nature and criticality of the process fluid, it is deciding the type of a gasket or the material of the gasket that is to be selected. So its physical properties are important. Now the temperature can be as low as minus 250 degrees Celsius to the 2000 degrees Celsius. That means depending on the temperature, operating temperature. Similarly, the operating pressure can be from vacuum to 500 atmospheres. Then your materials, gasketing material. This gasketing material, that is, say for example a paper that can be used at very low temperature, very low pressure. Paper, asbestos, cloth, cork, these are used at a lower temperature and lower pressure. If it is a paper and a cloth, it can be used up to 100 degrees Celsius. Then your cork, asbestos, that can be used at a plastics, that can be used up to the 250 degrees Celsius. Then the metals, they can go up to the 450 or 600 or even higher than that, the metals that can be used. Generally, the thickness of this is 0.4 to 3 mm thickness that is used. Out of that, the 2 to 3 mm thickness gaskets are most commonly used. Now coming to the classification of the gaskets. The conventional gaskets, self-energizing gasket and welded type gaskets. These are the three major categories. Besides that, this classification can be done on various aspects also. The conventional gaskets, in that you can have the soft cut gaskets, composite gaskets, metallic gaskets. So these conventional gaskets, it incorporates most of the categories. Then there can be the self-energizing gaskets and welded type gaskets. These soft cut gaskets, these gaskets are cut from a flat sheet. Flat sheets are used for cutting and giving the desired shape and size. It is very easy to cut it from the sheets so that we can have the conventional tools and techniques for cutting these sheets. These sheet materials are used in low to medium pressure services. With careful selection of the gasket material, its severity can be increased to certain high temperature and pressures. Then the complex geometry shapes that can be very conveniently cut from these sheets. They're easy to install and easy to remove. Generally, they are non-toxic and its thickness is range of 0.4 millimeter to 3 millimeter. Generally 2 to 3 millimeter thickness, that is preferred one. In these soft cut gaskets, the flat ring gasket, asbestos gasket, fiber sheet gaskets, PTFE, insulating gaskets, flexible graphite gasket, they are used. The plastic, papers, rubber, cloth are easy to cut and they can be used up to 120 degrees Celsius or so. Asbestos can go up to the 250 degrees Celsius. PTFE also can sustain a certain temperature. Soft metals are still used at a higher temperature, more than 400 to 800 degrees Celsius. Then the second is the composite gaskets. Now these composite gaskets, that is metallic and non-metallic materials. So metals provide the strength and resilience and the non-metallic part provides the sealing, deforming and flowing abilities. That means two purposes are served. When it's a composite, metal and non-metals are there. Metals provide the strength and resilience to the gasket, and the non-metallic component provides the comfortable sealing material. That means it should be compressed, it should be deformed, it should be sprayed or flowed so that it is going to occupy the pores and uneven surfaces. These gaskets are suitable for lower and high pressure and temperature applications. A, a wide range of materials are used for this. Then the spiral mount gaskets, cam profile gaskets, metallic jacketed gaskets, corrugated gaskets, metal reinforced gaskets. These come into this category. Then third is a metallic gasket. These gaskets can be fabricated in a variety of shapes and sizes and are recommended for use at higher temperature and pressure applications. Except for weld ring gaskets, high loads are required to seat this metallic gasket. To deform these metallic gaskets, you have to apply the higher load. Higher bolt loads are to be applied. Then and only then these soft metals will get deformed and will occupy the pores and voids between the two hard flanges. In this type, ring type, lens ring, weld rings, metal gaskets, they are coming into this category, metallic gaskets. Then another classification that can be the sheet gasket, laminated or metal jacketed asbestos field, then solid material gaskets, corrugated metal gaskets, spiral wound gaskets, constant sealing stress gaskets, double jacketed gaskets, cam profile gaskets. This can be also another. When you talk the sheet gaskets, it is simple cut from the sheets. Is a simple in the sheet material. It is punch out by using the simple tools for punching and cutting. This is the very crude, fast and cheap gaskets. Cost is low when you cut it from the gasket sheet. In previous time, the material was compressed asbestos, but in modern time, of fibrous materials such as the high temperature graphite that is used. These gaskets can fill many chemical requirements based on inertness of the material. So these sheets can be easily formed by the permutation and combination of the materials so that it is can withstand the temperature, pressure, corrosive nature of the fluid or the hazardous nature of the fluid. That can be taken care by these filling materials. Common practice prevents these gaskets from being used in many industrial processes where you require the sophistication, where you require the where your processes are hazardous. There you are avoiding these simple sheet gaskets. Now this is the solid material gaskets. You can see the different types here. This is the plain solid material gasket. Now these are the corrugated or spiral wound gaskets. These are the ring gaskets. So you can have the variety in this category of solid material gaskets. How you are going to classify, again that varies. But when you talk related to the solid material gaskets, most of the things they're coming into the solid material. Now the idea behind this solid material is to use the metals basically. which cannot be punched out of the sheets but are still cheap to produce. You require certain tooling, you require certain drilling to make the holes. These gaskets generally have a much higher level of quality control than the sheet gaskets and generally can withstand much higher temperature and pressure. The key downside is that the solid metal must be greatly compressed in order to become deformed and fluid, make it to flow. The material choice is more difficult because the metals are primarily used. The process contamination and oxidations are at risk. So process contamination, whether my chemical process fluid will react with this metal. This also I have to think whether some oxidative reactions are taking with this metal or this gasket material does it get corroded with this process fluid. So all these considerations has to be thought of related to the process fluid, process material and the gasketing material. The gasket's metal used must be softer than the flange in order to ensure that the flange does not wrap and thereby prevent sealing with the future gaskets. This is what a spiral wound gasket. Now when you think of a spiral wound gasket, it is having the different parts, that is the outer ring, then the middle portion is a sealing element and the outer one is the the inner one is the inner ring. Outer ring, the sealing element and the inner ring. So on the outer ring there is embossed the specifications. It is made up of ASME, ASTM, ISF standard. Then with what dimensions? What is the diameter? This is a 4-inch diameter and a class that is also provided. In the last class related to flanges, there we have talked related to the class. This is 150, that means it can be used up to the 15 kgs per centimeter square, 150 psi. Then the outer ring material, in this case it is the 316. This is the stainless steel 316 and the PTFE. So winding material and filler material that is mentioned. Then the manufacturer's name that is also mentioned on his outer ring. Then the sealing element, middle. This is the actual performing sealing element. This can be corrugated or this can be simple material that can be filled. Then there is an inner ring. In the inner ring, it is stamped on the inner ring material. Which material? Whether it's carbon steel or whether it's a PTFE, that is to be mentioned. In this case, it is 316 steel. So in this case, there is a outer ring as well as the inner ring. Both the rings are available, and in between this outer ring and the inner ring, it is a deforming material that is available. Now in this figure, the only deforming material you can see, metal strips and filler material. This is what the corrugations that is available. One metal strip is there and in between two metal strips, the filler material like your asbestos, PTFE, cork, which can sustain the high temperature, that can be there. Now in the second figure, it is only the inner ring that is available. Outer ring is absent. Next, the fourth figure, the outer ring is present and the asbestos and the metal rings that is available. And in this third one, the outer as well as the inner ring is present, and in between these two outer and inner ring there is a metal as well as the sealing or the flowable material that is also available. This metal, when compressed, it gets deformed and the fluidic material, that is the non-metal part, which seals it, which flows and seals the gap. Then the spiral wound gaskets. This is what the spiral wound gaskets are. Spiral wound gaskets comprise a mix of metallic and filler material. Generally, the gasket has a metal, normally the carbon rich or stainless steel, wound outwards in a circular spiral. Whether it is wound outwards or inwards, that depends, that varies. Cost varies, application varies. These are the different types. Not only these four types, but other permutations and combinations that can also be done. This results in alternating layers of fillers and metal. Fillers and metal, that is the alternating layers. This is what the alternating layers of filler and the metal that is available. These gaskets have proven to be reliable in most applications and allow lower clamping forces than solid gaskets, but at a higher cost because it's a specially designed. Then double jacketed gaskets. These gaskets are double jacketed. So one layer that is available and there is a second layer that is also available. These double jacketed gaskets are another combination of the filler material and metallic gaskets. In this application, a tube with ends that resembles a C is made of metal with an additional piece made to fit inside of the C, making the tube. The filler is pumped between the shell and the piece. That means in between the C clamp or C shape, the filler material that is to be pumped in. When it is used, the compressed gasket has a large amount of metal at the two tips where contact is made. Then there is a camp profile gaskets. These are the corrugations at the end they are provided, and these corrugations, they are then compressed. The force, applied force, that is there. The solid corrugated core with a flexible covering layer. This is what a flexible covering layer, and this is inside this the corrugated, solid corrugated core. That means a solid corrugated core covered with a flexible covering. Means this flexible covering provides the strength, and his solid corrugations, they get dispersed. Now in this case, when I am putting a certain pressure, having the solid corrugated core with a flexible covering layer, this arrangement allows for a very high compression and an extremely tight seal. Generally, the graphite that is used. Now, when it's an extremely high compression, that is, this flexible covering provides the high compression, and at the tip There is a tip. Corrugations means initially you are applying a force to this corrugated tip, and then this tip gets deformed and you have to apply the higher and higher force in order to compress it further. Initially it can be compressed easily, but with the application and deformation of the shape you require more and more compressive force. So that is what is happening in this cam profile gaskets. Then the gasket joints. We have talked related to the different flange types also. Similar to that, this is the full face gasket. Full face gasket. That means the bolting holes are also there in the gasket. Bolting holes are also there in the gasket. But it is not always the case. You can have the raised faces for the flanges. Means in that raised face only you are putting the gasket. So this is what the gasket without bolt circle. In this case A, the gaskets are with a bolt circle diameter. Means the bolt holes are available in this gasket A. In the gasket B, that is without bolt circle, that is what it is before the bolts and facing towards the inner surface. So generally these are the raised faces of the flanges. In between the two raised faces of the flanges, the gasket that will be available. Then the third, cigot and socket. We have talked male and female flanges. So in that the gasket is put in between this groove and the socket arrangement. Similarly, it can have the O-ring or trapezoidal shapes. The next category is the metallic gaskets. They can be fabricated from a single metal or combination of metallic materials in a variety of shapes and sizes. They are suitable for high temperature and high pressure applications. There you have to apply the higher loads also. When metals, you have to apply the higher load. Higher amount of the force is required to deform this metal. So this includes the ring type, lens ring, welded gaskets. Now ring type is simple. O-ring or trapezoidal rings that can be used. Metal rings are also used. This is related to the metals. So it is a metal ring. The solid metal gasket provides an excellent mechanical joint and has almost universal acceptance in oil, petroleum and chemical process industries where the high mechanical and thermal performance is required. There are different types, that is R oval shaped hai, trapezoidal hai, that can vary. Now in general case, once the gasket that is used, it will not be again used, because once it is deformed, once it is made flowable, it is not able to work with that sustainability. So every time when you change or when you open the flange, then you have to fill the gasket. Then you have to replace the gasket. This lens type gasket, they are widely used in high pressure applications and are resistant to overstressing. Then welded ring gaskets. These are the welded. Now at the end, these gaskets, they are welded. Here you can see the welds that is available. They are suitable for critical applications where a leak-proof joint is essential. Sealing is achieved by welding the two gasket halves together. This is the welded ring gasket, or flat gaskets are also in this category. Then double gaskets. This is the self-energizing gaskets. In this self-energizing gaskets, there is a double gasket, delta gasket, lens gasket, O-ring gaskets, the Grey-Lock gaskets. In case of this self-energizing gaskets, all are having the pressure cooker at our home. There the gasket is available. This is also a self-energizing gasket. That means as the pressure that is increased in the pressure cooker, this gets expanded and seals the head and the basic pressure cooker. So this is acting as a self-energizing gasket. A simple pressure cooker gasket is a self-energizing gasket because every time we are conveniently taking it out and conveniently putting the same gasket. It's a rubber which expands as the pressure that is built inside the pressure cooker, and it prevents the leakage of the vapors. This is the self-energizing gasket. Then there is a double gasket. These double jacketed gaskets manufactured with butt welded joint and pass ribs, spot welded to the gasket ring, can be installed under compression stresses without causing the damage to the weld. This is what the delta gaskets. Because of their geometric shape, delta gaskets requires a higher level of precision from the seal grooves. As a direct result of the manufacturing processes and its resulting precision, delta gaskets are only used for high pressure autoclaves and high pressure connections, maximum up to the 200 centimeters. Thereby, the majority are less than 100 centimeters. The following illustration. This is what the ring. The lens type gasket. It is clamped like this as shown in the figure. The lens type gasket is a line contact seal for the use in high pressure piping systems and in pressure vessel heads. The lens cross section is a spherical gasket surface and requires special machining on the flange. These gaskets will sit with a small bolt load since the contact area is very small and gasket sitting pressure is very high. Normally, the gasket material should be softer than the flange. In ordering the lens gasket, complete drawing and material specifications must be supplied. Then third category is the welded gaskets. In this welded gaskets, there is a diaphragm gasket, flat gasket or lip seal gaskets. The diaphragm gaskets. It is machined from the plate with a curved shape at its center. You can see here the curved shape at the center. This is what your diaphragm gasket. Like a diaphragm, a certain curvature that is provided. And this curved shape, it is made or fitted in between the grooves made in the shell flanges. This is what the certain grooves are made in the shell flanges and provided with a certain curved shape. Due to the flexibility of this curved portion of the gasket, enlargement of the internal diameter of the shell flange without any stresses at the junction of the gasket and shell flanges is possible. Without stresses at the junction of the gasket and shell flanges. Generally, these are used in case of your shell and tube heat exchangers, where the floating heads they are used. Then lip seal gaskets. These are again used for heat exchangers at high pressure operation and where temperature differences are there. So this is what you can see, the lip seal that is provided here. It is similar to your lips and we are closing our lips like this. So that is preventing something to go out or go inside. This gasket is fabricated from plate and outside diameter portion is pressed diametrically to the hemispherical shape. That is what the speciality, hemispherical shape that is to be made, and then these two hemispherical shapes they come in contact and prevent the leakage. So it comes like this hemispherical shape. So when you apply the pressure, it gets deformed. Then flat gaskets. It is useful in the equipment where high pressure is required. This gaskets is made from stainless steel plate as well as it is machined. The gasket consists of two identical parts and each part is seal welded. This is what the welding that is coming into the picture. Then reasons for failure. Uneven distributed pressing force, that is one important thing. That means when tightening the bolts, each bolt is to be tightened to a particular force. One round, then the load that is increased for second round, then load again that is increased for third round, and then the final tightening that is to be made. So uneven distributed pressing force, this is very important in case of the failure. That means that even at the time of tightening, they can fail. If you are going to tighten at one end only, then that is bound to fail. So tightening a flange, it's also a skill. More than a technique, it's a skill. And this skills comes with the understanding of the knowledge. The tightening that should not create the uneven distributed pressure force. Then stress relaxation and torque losses. Surfaces are not smooth. That can be one of the reasons. Flange surfaces are not smooth. Uneven pressing force is caused by the variety of factors. First is the human factor, asymmetric construction of the preloaded bolt. This factor can eliminate the construction theory on the flange press. The sealing surface is absolutely parallel to the practice. However, the center line of a pipeline cannot be absolutely concentric and thus tighten the bolt on the flange moment so that the flange discontinuity. Asymmetric connection, the sealing surface more or less deformed so that the pressing force is reduced. Asymmetricity, that is also going to deform. The third is the density of bolt arrangement on the pressure distribution. More obvious impact. The closer the bolts, the more uniform the pressure. The closer the bolts, the more uniform the pressure is. Then stress relaxation and torque loss. Tighten bolts on the flange due to the vibrations of the bodies. The temperature increased or decreased and other factors, the working process of the spiral wound gasket, stress relaxation, the bolt tension, will be generally decreased, resulting in the loss of torque, causing it a leakage. Failure means leakage that will be there. Then surfaces are not smooth. It is important to make the sealing finish properly, otherwise it will cause the leakage. Then the different applications. Everywhere in the chemical industries, it will be required, like in your pipes, heat exchangers, distillation column, fuel tanks, boilers, closed vessels, vessel and the your head. Being in PTFE is a clean material. It is especially suitable for your food, pharmaceutical, and electronic industries. PTFE, material of construction. Then graphite foils as well as the graphite laminates, which contain the reinforced metal core to overcome the fragility of a non-reinforced foil. The graphite products have excellent stress retention properties and are resistant to most chemical media with the expectation of strong oxidizing agent sealing product. So this is related to